And welcome everybody to this edition of DMS 3000 News, episode 150 for today, April the 3rd, 2024. I am your guest co-host, or just host in general, filling in for today, tomorrow, and on Friday, just the usual days back then, Brandon Martin. So Jason Canio will be back here this coming Monday for your regular scheduled program, as basically we're not going to be doing the articles and all that, but however, we'll still be showcasing you what we're going to do on this episode. Today on the program, we will be looking at what are the Easter colors and what do they mean. Then we look at what day is Easter in 2024. You already know the first part of it. But however, the second part is, and why does Easter change every year? And then we'll wrap up with the history behind the 13 popular Easter traditions, as we look at, plus the sports and other important information. We look at our brand new segment here on this show of the pet of the day, along with what day is today, and then we'll wrap it up with the motivation of the day. As don't forget to check out the Chilling 3000 Hangouts with David St. Dennis this tonight or afternoon, wherever you're currently at, though, as you'll be doing a match game edition of Chilling 3000 Hangouts. It is at 6 p.m. Eastern tonight, 5 Central, and 3 p.m. Pacific. However, they'll not be having to wipe those tears tonight, though, because they're currently on a little vacation there. But they'll be back with you guys for next Wednesday, as it'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 6 p.m. Pacific. And then don't forget to check out new episodes of the Dugout Crew podcast coming up tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 Central, 12 p.m. Pacific, as starting off season number 2 as of last week. This is episode number 2. As host Eric Lima, along with Joey Acacia, along with Jason DeCanio, Jesse Havoc, or Jesse Ortiz, and David St. Dennis from time to time. And basically, that is the lineup and all that for April the 3rd, Wednesday, 2024. As we're not going to do the headlines, as mentioned, for this week because it's Easter, this week of the show. However, we're going to be going over the scores from last night and the matchups for tonight's contest. We start off with the Wizards beating the Bucks in this one, 117-113. The Lakers beating the Raptors, 128-111. The Heat beating the Knicks, 109-99. The 76ers beating the Thunder, 109-105. That game between the Warriors and the Mavericks has been postponed. We had the Timberwolves beating the Rockets, 113-106. The Nuggets beating the Spurs, 110-105. Cavaliers beating the Jazz, 129-113. Then we also have the Kings beating the Clippers 109-95. And then, as mentioned, originally was postponed. Now they did play it there. However, it's the Warriors beating the Mavericks in that one 104-100. We will look at today's matchups here. Trailblazers and the Hornets will heading to Charlotte at 4 p.m. This is Pacific time. Just mind you all. Lakers and the Wizards at 4. Pacers and the Nets, though, at 4:30. Same time for the Thunder and the Celtics. And the same with the Pistons and the Hawks. Then they got the Grizzlies and the Bucks at 5. Same time for the Raptors and the Timberwolves. And the same with the Magic and the Pelicans. And then wrap it up with the Cavaliers and the Suns. Now we go on to NHL scores, where it was the Sabres beating the Capitals 6-2. Penguins beating the Devils 6-3. The Montreal Canadiens beating the Panthers 5-3. We have the Islanders beating the Blackhawks 2-1. We have the Bruins beating the Predators 3-0. Then we have the Wild beating the Senators 3-2. The Ducks beating the Flames 5-3. And then the Golden Knights beating the Canucks of Vancouver 6-3. Today's matchups are the Lightning and the Maple Leafs go at it at 4 p.m. Same thing with the New Jersey Devils and the New York Rangers. 6:30, we'll have the Oilers and the Stars. Same time with the Kraken and the Los Angeles Kings. And then wrapping it up with the Canucks and the Coyotes at 7. We go to MLB now. Yesterday, where the Brewers beating the Twins 3-2. Royals beating the Orioles 4-1. The Los Angeles Angels beating the Marlins 3-1. The Phillies beating the Reds 9-4. The Rays beating the Rangers 5-2. The White Sox beating the Braves, which is Chicago to be more specific, 3-2. The Chicago Cubs beating the Rockies, mollywopped them 12-2. Blue Jays beating the Astros 2-1. Cardinals beating the Padres 5-2. Guardians beating the Mariners 5-2 as well, the same score. We had the Diamondbacks beating the Yankees 7-0. Red Sox beating the Athletics 5-4. And the Dodgers beating the Giants, same thing, 5-4. Today's games, where the Royals and the Orioles would have been started over 3 hours ago, but it has been delayed. So far, top of the ninth, though, the Twins leading the Brewers 7-3. The bottom of the ninth, though, as the Texas Rangers currently, right now, beating the Rays 4-0. And the first final in this one, the Angels beating the Marlins 10-2. The Red Sox and Athletics go at it already right now. Same with the Yankees and the Diamondbacks. And already right now with the Reds and Phillies at 105, which has started about 4 minutes ago. Getting the game time, though, with the Guardians and the Mariners just 1 minute away. Cardinals and the Padres also a minute away. Then we have the Pirates and Nationals at 3:45. The Rockies and Cubs to wrap up the series at 4:40. Blue Jays and the Astros at 5:10. And the Giants and the Dodgers at 7:10. So there you have it on that. So, we'll a little bit stall for time a little bit, though, knowing it's going to be real interesting for the Mariners, though. We're currently 3-3 right now. Just it's early in the Major League Baseball season. I know the Mets has been struggling, which I know Jason explained what is going on. However, Mariners, sure, it's early. We're at 500. But pitching for Castillo, he has been struggling since opening day. And Kirby could help the cause in this one's for this matchup. So, going to be interesting with Kirby. It's Garver. Sebi Zavala will be in for Raleigh. Polanco is a real help in the defense. Urias can be interesting. Mitch Haniger, returning back to Seattle, be a very great help on the outfield. Canzone should be good as well, coming out from the Diamondbacks last year. Julio is going to have a great third season, basically his junior season with the Mariners. 2 seasons, outstanding. He's going to do the same thing like he did 2 seasons and be hopefully an MVP. If he can do things right, he should be successful. Mariners should be successful. Hopefully we bounce back from last season. Didn't get into the playoffs last year, but this is going to be our year now. Sure, he's like, oh, this is not your year yet. Well, we'll see. But anyways, that's basically it for my thoughts on the Seattle Mariners, this coming season. As we'll go ahead and take our very first commercial break. Excuse me. When we come back, we'll look at our first article at what are the Easter colors and what do they mean? We'll put out a full explanation on those things, and we'll continue on with DMS 3000 news right after we take time out for this. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
That's me before Dawn Power Wash.
Soaking, scrubbing. That's life.
Was life.
Now Power Wash gives me the power of an overnight soak in minutes.
I'm sorry, minutes?
With 3 cleaning boosters not found in traditional dish soaps that help break down, loosen, and lift away food and grease.
So much faster.
Just spray suds on. No water needed till rinsing. Tougher mess? Let the suds sit a few minutes before wiping. Even cleans
The grill.
Thank you.
It's more than soap. It's Power Wash.
Oh, what a job. Another day, another frozen pizza. Oh, what's this? Stouffer's French bread pizza? For moi? All right, let's rock. Ooh, very untraditional. It's real cheese. Lots of great toppings. And this Stouffer's crust. Serious crunch. And so thick. I'm really in the way.
Stouffer's French bread pizza is a cut above frozen.
How about another French Revolution? Get it? Ha!
Ooh, and Rocky Balboa is taking the beating of his life.
Who keeps ringing that bell? I can't concentrate.
It's over, Rock.
Now that it's over, just give me something to drink.
There ain't nothing on ice till it's say it now.
Lifting Briscoe's here.
Except maybe this. And Balboa needs a miracle.
Yo, that's brisk, baby.
Get in there. Save some of that for the sequel.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo!
Ronnie, how happy are folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico?
I'd say happier than a camel on Wednesday.
Hump day!
Get happy. Yeah. Get Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
So long, man. You know, everywhere I go, I see STP oil treatment. Hi, Richard. You find STP at the auto supply store, at the big discount store out by the interstate. Hey, Tom. Hi, John. A lot of people stock STP because a lot of people want STP. I take good care of what works hard for me. So for my car. It's STP.
You know, I spend so much time working. I can't always take care of my family the way I'd like to. So when I get home, I try to make it up to them with lots of hugs and kisses and the best tasting food I can put on the table. And that's why I use Crisco and nothing else. Oh, there was a time when I tried some of the other shortenings, but I came back to Crisco. And look how nice the brown Crisco fries my chicken.
Sure tastes good too, Mom.
No greasy taste either. Oh, and look what Crisco will do for a pie. Makes my pie crust flaky as all get out. That's flaky.
It's good to have you home,
Oh,
Mom.
you mean it's good to have a cooking home?
All vegetable, no cholesterol, Crisco.
Crisco will do you proud every time.
Yep, indeed. And makes sense, though, on that Geico commercial. It is hump day. And we say hello to Mr. Brandon Bogart, Emo Yasha. You good to be home. So welcome into the program. As we take a look at what are the Easter colors and what do they mean? Well, it's by Reader's Digest, along with that article made by Charlotte Hilton Anderson. It looks something like this. Easter has a signature set of colors, and the traditional pairing might surprise you. Easter is known for being a colorful holiday. Bursts of springtime hues adorn Easter crafts, clothing, and home decor. But beyond the palette of pastels that probably comes to mind, are there actual Easter colors? The short answer is yes. This Christian holiday has its own very specific color scheme, though some of its most prominent colors are not what you might think. Reader's Digest asked Paul T.P. Wong, PhD, a Christian clinical psychologist, and professor emeritus at Trent University and Trinity Western University, to lead us through the details of this Pascal puzzle. Ahead, learn of nuances of Easter's most symbolic shades and how they can make your holiday even more meaningful. And that's basically it. That's about the expert there. More information on that one. Why does Easter have so many colors? As one of the two most important Christian holidays, Easter has many meanings, and they're not all religious. This holiday also has historical, cultural, and personal significance, especially since it's intertwined with springtime. Because of this, Wong says it makes sense that Easter has more symbolic colors than other holidays. They may also be an economic reason at play. Signature colors help companies market and brand products related to a holiday, and there's no mistaking the shift from stores' red aisles filled with Valentine's Day gifts to pastel-strewn ones packed with Easter goodies. The two main colors of Easter: Christmas has red and green. Halloween has black and orange. Valentine's Day has red and pink. And St. Patrick's Day has green. And, well, more green. So what is the classic color pairing for Easter? Red and purple, Wong says. Surprised? We were too. When you look at the religious and historical roots of Easter, red stands for the Passion of Christ and the sacrificial blood he shed to pay for the penalty of our sins, while purple is a mark of royalty and recognizes Christ as king. Wong explains this is why, in mocking Jesus before his crucifixion, the Roman soldiers dressed Jesus in a purple robe, put a crown of thorns on his head, and yelled, "Hail, King of the Jews!" What are all the Easter colors and what do they mean? Red and purple may historically represent Easter, but today's celebrations incorporate a wide range of colors, particularly those representing springtime. This is likely due to early Christians combining the Easter celebration with pagan celebrations that were centered around the spring equinox. In fact, many popular Easter traditions are a legacy of these ancient rituals, including Easter baskets, flowers, flower crowns, and egg hunts. And many historians believe that Easter was named after one of the more popular figures in these celebrations, the Anglo-Saxon goddess of fertility, Estra. So, what we now think of as traditional Easter colors pink, yellow, green, white, blue, and pastels of all shades represent these themes of planting, sunshine, renewal, growth, and fertility, as well as spring conquering winter and darkness. Here's an in depth explanation of each color. Red. Traditionally, this deep hue represented the sacrificial blood of Jesus. Wong says, as a result, you'll see it more in religious Easter ceremonies, like a special church service, than you will in mass marketed Easter products. Red also represents courage and change, two things people may be contemplating at this time of year, especially during Lent. Purple. This royal hue reminds us of the royalty and divine mission of Jesus, which makes it another popular choice for church decorations at Easter time. Wong says deep purples are also found in the very first flowers to bloom in springtime, with hyacinths and crocuses poking their heads up through the snow. For this reason, this shade of purple may also represent resilience and strength during difficult times. Light pink. This sweet shade represents love, but not the romantic kind. The lighter pinks of Easter are those of newborn babies, tulips, early strawberries, and blossoming trees, and they're symbolic of new life, youthful innocence, and sweetness. Yellow, called the happiest color. Bright yellow and gold appear in the flowers, sunshine, and clothing of springtime. This sunny hue is symbolic of the light that conquers the darkness and may also represent the other type of sun, as in Jesus Christ, the Son of God. Green. Green is the earliest ambassador of the arrival of spring and signals the end of winter. Making green a popular color for Easter, Wong says, green grass in your yard or Easter baskets, green shoots of vegetables or flowers, and green buds on trees represent new life. So wearing or decorating with similar shades can symbolize a desire for growth and new beginnings. White. White represents purity, both in the sacrifice of Christ and in earlier pagan celebrations. So decorating with this pure color symbolizes virtue and cleanliness. It also symbolizes the triumph of good over evil. One of the main themes of Easter, Wong says. Serene blue, sky blue, robin's egg blue and cornflower blue all hallmarks of spring, making them hugely popular colors to dye eggs, put in bouquets, and wear at Easter time. These calm shades of blue symbolize peace, tranquility, and wisdom, according to color psychology and an organization devoted to cataloging colors, their meanings, and how they affect people. Lavender. These notably fragrant flowers start blooming early in the spring, covering fields in their stunning shade of light purple. This color symbolizes youth and creativity, and because of its association with springtime, it also represents optimistic beginnings and new stages of life, according to color psychology. From a religious standpoint, lavender embodies devotion, serenity, and grace, all characteristic of Easter. Pastels. Pastels are unique to the Easter holiday, probably because they are so prevalent in nature in springtime. These light shades are a welcome relief to a darker shades that dominated fall and winter, and they symbolize new life, gentleness, and grace. In addition, Wong says, pastels may symbolize the joy of Mary Magdalene and the other women when they discover that the tomb that buried Jesus was empty on Easter Sunday. Since these women are often depicted wearing pastel clothing in artistic portrayals of the scene, regardless of how you and your loved ones choose to celebrate Easter this year, the colors you can choose can make an impact. Now that you know what they mean, you can make sure you're creating just the right atmosphere. So, who's ready to make some Easter baskets? And yeah, that's basically it. Just basically their with their expertise, with including Paul T.P. Wong, a Christian clinical psychologist, a professor emeritus, and the founding pastor of Toronto's first Chinese gospel church. They do verify all the facts and data, back them with credible sourcing, and revisit them over time to ensure they remain accurate and up to date. And there's the sources right there. And that's basically it for the following, which is thank you to Charlotte Hilton Anderson for what the Easter colors are and what do they mean. We'll go ahead and take another commercial break, and when we come back, because we already know what day is Easter in this year, but the other question we can ask ourselves, why does Easter change every year? We'll talk more about that as DMS 3000 news continues right after this.
Well, I went to a party, and what did I see? Peanut butter, peanut. All those fine people like the peanut tree. Peanut butter.
Peter Pan tastes so peanutty because it's made from the best quality peanuts in the world.
They peanut butter anytime they can. Only if it's Peter Pan.
We're Beatrice.
Looks like Daddy's bringing home the barbecue. A big sack of McDonald's McRib sandwiches. Grilled pork and that sassy sauce. Tempting, huh? Like a barbecue in a bun without the bones. And with a big icy Coke, it's, well, you're only human, huh, Daddy? Chomp. The good time, great taste. of McDonald's McRib for a limited time, only at McDonald's.
He gets all the attention, but we know how it'll end. Streaks, spots, wipe, wipe, wipe. Stop ignoring me. Those engineers put me here because you need jet dry in your rinse cycle. Give me some jet dry. 1 little bottle a month. Let me fight that residue. Let me shine. Hallelujah. Look at that. Brilliant. So brilliant you could eat off it.
Jet dry.
Mwah.
Your dishwasher was designed for it.
Why not jazz up dinner tonight? Zatarans taste so right. Everybody loves a bite. In New Orleans, we jazz it up with Zatarans. Red beans and rice, jambalaya too. Yellow rice, any night will do. So much flavor, they'll be thanking you for Zatarans. Speed it up, heat it up. Sausage, chicken, shrimp it up. In New Orleans, we jazz it up with Zatarans.
What's got apples, raisins, the taste of peaches and strawberries, maple and brown sugar? Instant Quaker oatmeal.
What a warm way to start the day.
Warm, 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 creamy.
Warm, warm.
Apples.
Warm, warm, warm.
Raisins.
Warm, warm. Maple and brown sugar. Warm, 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 warm.
I feel better when she has a warm breakfast, and Quaker's flavors make it easy.
With Instant Quaker oatmeal, you can really make their morning.
Delicious.
Warm, 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 warm.
That only Carvel makes. They're made fresh every day, 'cause that's the Carvel way. And while you're at the store, see Cookie Puss and more. And don't forget about Hug Me the Bear, the friendliest bear.
Your participating Carvel dealer also has Hug Me the Bear and Cookie Puss dolls. You'll love them. Thank you.
All right, what day is Easter in 2024? Like I said, we already know that first part, but our second part is, why does Easter change every year? And it's by Don Yannick. So, Chayton. Well, this is DMS 3000 News there, Chayton. So, it's great to see you, though. All right, so are you wondering what day is Easter this year? We answer below. Yep, we already know but we're just to elaborate what that is. Even if you know what Easter is all about, including the origin of the Easter Bunny, you might not know when it is. After all, while Christmas reliably falls on December 25th every year, Easter hops around, so to speak. Yes, it is always on a Sunday. But sometimes that Sunday is in March and it's freezing. Excuse me. Sometimes it's in late April and everyone can get decked out in their holiday best without bundling up under a bulky winter coat. So what day is Easter in 2024 and why does Easter change every year? We have the answers to both those questions to satisfy your curiosity and to help you plan your favorite Easter traditions, from creating the perfect Easter baskets filled with the best candy to hosting a big family dinner. And that is basically, that is Natalia Imperatori Lee, PhD, is a professor of religious studies at Manhattan College. What day is Easter in 2024? Well, that one's given away. So that was basically as of on a Sunday, which is March 31st. But depending on the year, it can occur on any Sunday between March 22nd and April 25th, along with knowing the restaurants and stores that will be open on Easter this year. Look ahead with the dates for Easter over the next 7 years. So basically, David's version. Yep. There you go. That's basically it, what Mr. Bogart says there, Chayton. So that's basically next year will be April 20th. Oh, yeah, 420, though, but I know the other one. But anyways, that's for next year, along with April 5th, 2026, March 28th, 2027, April 16th, 2028, April the 1st, 2029 on April Fool's Day, April 21st, 2030, and April the 13th, 2031. What is the rarest date for Easter? According to the U.S. Census Bureau, which look at Easter dates between 1600 and 2099, the rarest date for Easter is March 24th. Within those nearly 500 years, the holiday occurs only twice on that date. And here's another interesting fact about this year's March holiday. The last time Easter landed on March 24th was in 1940, and that won't happen again until 2023-91. What are the most common Easter dates? The most common dates for Easter are March 31st and April 16th. Easter has landed or will land on each of those dates 22 times during that 500-year period. Why is Easter always on a Sunday? One thing about Easter never changes. The fact that it's on a Sunday. That's because the holiday is structured around Jesus' death and resurrection. According to Christian dogma, Jesus died on what we now call Good Friday and rose from the dead a couple of days later on Sunday before ascending into heaven. But which Sunday? That's where things gets tricky. And it's why we're always left wondering, what day is Easter this year? All these events happened around 2,000 years ago, and we don't have an exact date. We do, however, have a general time frame, and that is the Jewish feast of Passover. Why does Easter change every year? The date of Passover changes every year due to the lunar cycle on which the Jewish calendar is based, and Easter is linked to that holiday to some degree, but it is more complicated than that. The Christian calendar is actually tied to the solar calendar, and the timing of the major holidays has to do with the seasons and with light, explains Natalia Imperatori Lee, PhD, professor of religious studies at Manhattan College. This, she says, is why Christmas occurs right around the winter solstice. Along after the longest night, when the light of the world arrives, get it? Yep, you read that right. It's not because Jesus' birthday was actually on December 25th. Now back to our spring holiday. Easter's exact date may seem arbitrary, but it's always on the Sunday after the first full moon, also known as the Paschal full moon, that occurs after the spring equinox. This means that Easter can fall anywhere between March 21st and April 25th. Why the full moon? Maximum light. The resurrection is about maximum light symbolically, of course, explains Imperatori Lee. So that Sunday shortly after the equinox, which has 12 hours of light and 12 hours of darkness, plus the fullness of the moon, lots of light, means maximum light. The perfect day for a Holocaust feast in the Christian year. The decision as to when to celebrate Easter and whether it should coincide with Passover was a topic hashed out between bishops at the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD. A more standardized calendar, the Gregorian one, was established in the 16th century under Pope Gregory the 13th. And that's the internationally accepted civil calendar that most of the world follows today. Orthodox Christians, however, still follow the Julian calendar, the previous one created by Julius Caesar in 46 BC, meaning that for them, Easter falls between April 4th and May 8th. What happens when the full moon and the spring equinox occur on the same day? By general rule, if the full moon happens on the same day as the spring equinox. Easter is observed on the first Sunday after, but take note, it's the statical dates of the full moon and the spring equinox that are used to calculate Easter, not the astronomical dates. Ecclesiastical dates are used by the Christian Church and may differ from the astronomical dates. For example, in 2019, when the full moon and the astronomical spring equinox occurred on the same day, Wednesday, March 20th, Easter was held on Sunday, April 21st, instead of Sunday, March 24th. Why? Because the church always observes the spring equinox on March 21st, so in their case, the full moon did not occur on or after the equinox. The next full moon on April 19th was then used to determine Easter's date. What is the golden number and how do you calculate it? The golden number is used to determine Easter's date since the dates of the full moon repeat every 19 years. This is known as the metonic cycle. You can use the full moon dates and the golden number to answer what day is Easter. Here's how. Add 1 to any given year and divide it by 19. Instead of 2024, we would say 2025. Divide the year by 19. Calculate the answer to the nearest whole number. The remainder is the golden number. If there is no remainder, the golden number will automatically be 19. The golden numbers for 2024 is 11. Excuse me. Meaning that 2024 is the 11th year of the metonic cycle, where the full moon occurs on March 25th. The Sunday after March 31st is Easter. Does the timing of Easter have anything to do with the begun springtime holidays? No, but like many other Christian celebrations, this one has likely co-opted some pagan springtime traditions over the years. Eggs may have represented fertility and birth, and they may have become part of the Easter celebration in a nod to the religious significance of Easter, i.e., Jesus' resurrection or rebirth. History.com notes, while bunnies may also have been associated with procreation, historians believed this tradition likely came from German immigrants who settled in Pennsylvania in the 1700s and transported their tradition of an egg-laying hare called Osterhase or Osterhase. Their children made nests in which this creature could lay its color eggs. According to History.com, eventually the egg-laying bunny morphed into one that simply brought treats to children on Easter. All other holidays that shift with Easter. While Easter itself is one day, it's part of a larger holy celebration for Christians. Once Easter is set, the other movable feasts shift around it. For example, Holy Thursday, when the Last Supper was celebrated, and Good Friday, the day Jesus died, and all are always the Thursday and Friday before Easter. Palm Sunday, the day Jesus arrived in Jerusalem, is the day before Easter, which is also the last Sunday of Lent. Then there's Lent itself, kicked off by Ash Wednesday for the 40 days, not including Sundays preceding Easter. And that's basically the sources. That's what it says on there. And thank you to Don Yannick for this. What day is Easter in 2024? We already knew that. And why does Easter change every year? So, with that being said, we'll take another commercial break. And when we come back, we will wrap up with this last article of the history behind 13 popular Easter traditions, and you'll get to find what the behind the 13 popular Easter traditions when DMS 3000 news continues on right after this.
Oh, you're not a little nervous, then you're not alive. Just 'cause something's hard to do doesn't mean that I won't try. So if you wanna stay cool, soft and dry, come on, soft and dry. So if you wanna stay cool,
Soft and dry antiperspirant wide oval solid. Stay cool, soft and dry.
Thingamabob, gobbledygook. What's its face? Whatchamacallit. Whatever it is, whatever it was. Chocolatey chocolate. Whatchamacallit. How's it go? Wowzum do. Chugly caramel. Whatchamacallit. Doohickeys. You know what I mean. Peanutty crispies. Chewy, chocolatey, crunchy. Doodad. Let's get 'em Marie. More than a mouthful. It's whatchamacallit. Whatchamacallit.
Caramello. Caramello. Oh, such a sweet imagination. From your fingers to your mouth. Chocolate and glowing caramel. Caramello.
Help us, Your Honor. We were sitting there eating our lunch when this thing came at us. Stood up on his hind legs, held a torch in his claw, and charged us.
I am Quick Claude. I do everything fast.
Marathon John, you can't eat a marathon candy bar fast, Quick Claude. It lasts a good long time. I show you. Milk chocolate, delicious caramel, and chewy. Told you, nobody eats a marathon bar quick, Claude.
Marathon lasts a good long time.
This man has worked a long, hard day, and he's got a lot of money to show for it. Other people's money. He's a pickpocket. His take, $700. It's dangerous to carry cash. Carry American Express traveler's checks. If they're lost or stolen, you can get them back. Your vacation is protected. American Express traveler's checks. Don't leave home without them.
You've driven these streets 1,000 times. But tonight, there's something different. Tonight, you're using Exxon 93 Supreme gasoline for a cleaner engine, smooth acceleration, and a full 93 octane.
Let the tiger set you free.
Rely on Exxon Supreme.
Rely on the tiger.
All right, we look at the history of behind 13 popular Easter traditions. Again, from that first article of this time Charlotte Hilton Anderson. From coloring eggs to gifting baskets full of candy, here's the history behind your favorite Easter traditions. What are Easter traditions? Eggs dyed in Easter colors, and Easter baskets, and a giant rabbit that sneaks into people's homes. The spring holiday may be beloved by children and grown-ups alike, but many aren't sure what Easter is really about, how the Easter Bunny origin relates to the religious holiday, or why we celebrate with certain Easter traditions. Print these Easter bingo cards for a fun time with the fam. It's best known as a Christian holiday to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ, as we talked about that before. But much of our modern celebration has origins even earlier than Christianity. Indeed, Easter is also hugely popular in non religious circles. As for when Easter is, well, you can bet it's on a Sunday. In 2023, it falls on April 9th. What does a family do for Easter? Easter traditions like dyeing eggs, giving baskets, handing out your favorite Easter candy, and eating the Ken feast are great ways to bring loved ones together and celebrate the newness of spring. How your family celebrates will depend on whether you're religious. If you are, you may go to church or otherwise recognize the holiday's Christian origins. Read on to learn all about these traditions when they come from and unique ways to celebrate Easter this year, like creating adult Easter baskets and Easter basket ideas for teens, or downloading free printable Easter cards and writing Easter wishes on them for all your loved ones. Celebrating Easter Sunday. The traditional holiday is to celebrate Easter is Sunday. If you have to check your calendar every year, there is a good reason. Easter is a movable feast, its date changing based on a few variables. In the year 325, the Council of Nicaea, determined that Easter would occur on the first Sunday after the first full moon following the spring equinox, unless that happened to interfere with Passover, in which case the holiday would be the Sunday after that. Yep, it's confusing. In short, Easter can occur anytime between March 22nd and April 25th. Christians celebrate by going to church, then eating a big dinner with loved ones. Most celebrations also include candy and fun Easter games for kids. Coloring Easter eggs. The star of Easter is the egg, painted or dyed, hard boil and blown empty. Legends abound about this symbol, which represents the newness of life and birth, and it reminds people of Christ's resurrection. Easter traditions around the world involve the humble egg they brought to church, given as gifts, hidden for the benefit of children, and even rolled on the White House lawn. Make sure you check out these unique Easter egg designs and pick one or a few to try this holiday. Giving a delivery from the Easter Bunny. Easter is named after Estre, the pagan goddess that symbolized fertility. Bunnies are well known for their fertility, so the rabbit became associated with the goddess and thereby the holiday. The traditional festival to celebrate Estre typically occurred in the spring, and that's also when rabbits typically breed. The cartoon version of the Easter Bunny, which delivers chocolate and candy filled Easter baskets to kids, is a fairly modern invention popularized by marketing campaigns in the 20th century. Taking part in Easter egg hunts. Of all the Easter traditions, nothing quite beats an Easter egg hunt for children or adults. Grown-ups hide the eggs and kids gleefully search for them. The tradition started with Martin Luther, the 15th century theologian. The joy of the hunt was meant to symbolize the joy that Mary and Martha felt upon finding Christ's tomb empty after he was resurrected. Ugh. These days, the eggs are more likely to be made of hollow plastic and filled with Easter candy or toys. A much more fun surprise than a hard boiled egg that's been sitting out in the sun too long. Eating hollow chocolate bunnies. Love them or hate them, hollow chocolate bunnies will most likely be part of your Easter. They make great Easter basket stuffers after all. Considering the underwhelming amount of chocolate they provide compared with their solid counterparts, chowing down on hollow bunnies may seem like one of the more bizarre Easter traditions, but there's a reason behind the candy's popularity. In 1939, chocolate manufacturers wanted a way to make chocolate bunnies that could be large and decorative while still easy to eat. You'll have no problem biting into a thin, hollow chocolate bunny, but bigger chunks of solid chocolate can be tough on your chompers. And let's be honest, making hollow bunnies was also a way for manufacturers to sell larger products at a cheaper price. Snacking on jelly beans. Perhaps the best known candy among Easter traditions, and the most popular after chocolate, is the small jelly bean. The candies can come in every flavor and color imaginable. In fact, their versatility and deliciousness is what made eating them a beloved Easter tradition. Jelly beans originally started as a Christmas candy and don't have a specific Easter themed meaning, but they've become a popular choice for filling plastic Easter eggs before the big hunt. Running low? Grab a couple of bags before guests arrive. These stores are open on Easter Sunday. Buying candy peeps. These brightly colored, sugar coated, chick shaped marshmallows were invented in 1953 and quickly became a staple in Easter baskets. Now they come in dozens of different shapes and colors for nearly every holiday. Here's a fun fact: it takes just 6 minutes to make a batch of peeps. Talk about fast food. Gifting Easter baskets. One of the most popular Easter traditions, filling a basket of eggs, comes from Germany and was inspired by the concepts of fertility and springtime. Children would make nests filled with grass in hopes that Peter Cottontail would fill the nest with eggs and other treats. The nets gradually evolved into baskets, which were less messy, easier to carry, and of course bigger, like these pre made Easter baskets. Eating an Easter feast. Many Christians observe Lent, a 40-day period during which they vow to abstain from something, sugar, alcohol, meat, or pretty much any other vice, as a type of purification or in preparation for Easter. It symbolizes the 40 days Jesus spent fasting in the desert and culminates in a giant Easter feast, usually with family. Baking an Easter lamb or ham. Most traditional Easter dinners feature meat, and 67% of Americans serve ham, a symbol of good luck in many cultures. In terms of religious Easter traditions, lamb is the favorite. Jews use a lamb as a symbol of a promised Messiah, and Christians call Jesus the Lamb of God. So it's not uncommon to see a rack of lamb in the center of the feast. Cook up either for this year's Easter feast or branch out with one of these delicious non traditional Easter dinner ideas. Not feeling the cooking this year? No worries, these restaurants are open on Easter. Baking hot cross buns. Hot crust buns and other breads marked with the symbol of a cross aren't just Easter traditions, they're often eaten on Good Friday too. Different sweetbreads are eaten all over the world on Easter Day, including Turig, Armenia, Pascha, Ukraine, Babka in Poland, Tiosoreki in Greece, and Italian Easter bread. These are conspicuously risen breads, which may also show a desire for Easter traditions to be different from Passover, which includes unleavened bread. Watching Easter parades. The first Easter parade may have started at churches, but they were really about fashion. Beginning in the early 1800s, wealthy Christians in New York City would put on their finest clothing to attend Easter services and then take a long walk home in order to show off their fancy spring suits and dresses. The poorer folk would line up to watch. The tradition has been kept alive through Easter parades, but these are more about fun and celebration than fashion. If you're not into the parade thing, you can celebrate with a different form of entertainment. Stream Easter movies on Netflix and watch Easter movies with the kids. Decorating with Easter lilies. These elegant trumpet-shaped flowers, have become so associated with the holiday that they've been named Easter lilies. The white symbolizes purity, and the shape reminds worshippers of the trumpets that will announce Christ's second coming. You can buy fresh cut stems as holiday decor or order some lily nailed wraps and wear Easter nails instead. And that's basically what it is. Some sources that's on there. And thank you yet again to Charlotte, Nicole, and actually Hilton Anderson for that article. It is already 2:02 right now, 2 minutes after 2 o'clock. We'll take one more commercial break, and when we come back, we will be doing the pet of the day along with what day is today and wrap it up with the motivation of the day. And we'll get to do all those three things. When we come back, we'll take our last break for DMS 3000 News right after this timeout.
Oh, if you're not a little nervous, then you're not alive.
Like a Broadway street and a Manhattan view. Keepoon is New York, just like you.
Like the Bronx and Queens.
Long Island too. We're New Yorkers, proud and true. We don't need to brag, but at Keepoon, New Yorkers are back, yeah!
On Amtrak's Metroliner service, you can spread out over breakfast. The air shuttle encourages closer working relationships. On Metroliner service, you can have a private conversation. The plane, however, offers conference calls. On Amtrak's Metroliner service, you can travel first class. On the air shuttle, everyone gets treated equally.
All aboard, Amtrak, all aboard.
I'd like to talk to you about good things to eat, like Swiss cheese on a crisp Ritz cracker, or a chunk of ham on a crisp Ritz cracker. Peanut butter and jelly on a crisp Ritz cracker. Everything tastes great when it sits on a Ritz. You hungry? Then have some onion dip on a crisp Ritz cracker. Good cracker. Good cracker. From Nabisco.
You love shrimp? Boy, I do. Right now, I love my little more because Shoney's is cooking up a great shrimp deal. Classic shrimp dinners starting at just $5.99. Choose lightly dusted shrimp, fried or stir-fried. Better yet, get twice the shrimp for only $3 more. Served with Shoney's soup, salad, and fruit bar. So sit yourself down at Shoney's for a classic American shrimp dinner. It'll be love at first bite.
Wow, that's a lot of shrimp.
At Red Lobster, for a limited time, enjoy 30 shrimp for just $9.99.
What sounds good to you folks tonight? 30 shrimp, please. Great choice.
With lemon pepper shrimp, succulent scampi, delicious grilled shrimp, and our famous fried shrimp. That's 4 different kinds. 30 shrimp on one plate, just $9.99, at only one place.
Only at Red Lobster.
And kids get shrimp too. A complete meal, just $1.99. Hi, Grandpa.
Hey there, Ryan.
Grandpa,
Grandpa, you can't imagine how many different butter candies I just saw in the store.
Yes, I can imagine that.
But you can't imagine how many of them had golden wrappers.
Well, I can imagine that too.
But Grandpa, can you imagine that there are people who actually buy that other stuff?
No, I cannot imagine that.
And now we look at our pet of the day here, our new segment of DMS 3000 News, where it is the name Bounty. It's a female gender kind of mouse, which is Germany, Niedersachsen, Germany. So keep mouse on that one. This is Bounty. As you can see, she's a mouse, a very pretty one. Just the other day, I saw an advertisement about a mouse which said the previous owner of this mouse wanted to sell her as snake food. I called him and asked if she was still available, and he said yes. I went over to his house and saw her, my Bounty. She was just incredibly beautiful and very curious. After some talking about her, I told him I'd take her right away. So I brought her home and put her into her new large cage. This is how I got my lovely girl, which I will resocialize with other mice as soon as I take her to the vet. I'm so glad I did rescue her, and as you can see, she's already made herself quiet at home. Even though I only have her for a short time now, I love her like other people love their dogs or cats. She is very precious to me, and isn't she beautiful? I look forward to giving her a long, happy life here. And that's basically, wow, that is amazing, Bounty, a mouse named Bounty out of Niedersachsen, Germany. So that was pet of the day. Now we go into what day is today. And it's going to be, and you guys will love this one, National Chocolate Mousse Day. We'll take a look at that, though. We are not going to lie at National today. Anything chocolate makes us go weak in the knees. And this is why National Chocolate Mousse Day on April 3rd has got us all jittery with excitement. Imagine that smooth and silky chocolate taste settling in your mouth, slowly diminishing into sweet decadence. You can have it cold or hot. It tastes great either way. This French dessert used to be served at high-end French restaurants, but after globalization hit, the dish have become a favorite all over the world. You don't need to have expert French language skills to understand the foamy delicability. Did you know that mousse was not always dessert? Mousse, which literally means foam in French, was invented as a savory dish in French cuisine. Yep, you will find the best of both worlds here. We look at the history of National Chocolate Mousse Day. Like us, we hope you too have your spoons ready for the National Chocolate Mousse Day. After all, you wouldn't want to miss the chocolatey deliciousness for anything. Chocolate mousse, as the name suggests, originated in France. It is not clear when exactly the dish was invented, but a few clues in history do allow us to put together some semblance of an idea. Chocolate first came to France back in 1615. While chocolate was being incorporated in other desserts, it wasn't until the 1800s when chocolate mousse was finally invented. Mousse, at this point, had already become a part of savory French cuisine. After the French, chocolate mousse found popularity with Americans. There are varying amounts of when chocolate mousse was introduced to the masses in the US, one instant states that chocolate mousse's recipe was advertised in the Brooklyn Daily Eagle for a cooking class by Miss Parloa in 1887. But other two accounts say that the recipe was revealed by A in an exposition in 1892 and B the Boston Daily Globe in the Housekeeper's column in 1892. These differing accounts do leave us dizzy with confusion, but it does not matter in the end because we are here for the chocolate mousse. Today, the dessert is enjoyed in a variety of ways, be it with berries, seasonal fruits, etc. People all over the world have come to love it for its deliciousness, coated from a simple combination of eggs, chocolate, and froth. So basically, there's the timeline when it happened. Chocolate enters France for the first time and it becomes an instant hit in 1615. Chocolate mousse invented, as mentioned, 1800s. After years of savory mousse being a thing, dessert mousse is given a chance, and our dearest chocolate mousse comes into existence. And the 1887 US's first brush with chocolate mousse. For the first time in the U.S., a chocolate mousse class advertisement to be taught by Miss Parloa is published. Electric mixer for easy chocolate mousse, 1930. The electric mixer is invented, making beating the eggs to a foam much easier and as a result gives way to modern chocolate mousse. National Chocolate Mousse Day FAQs. What can I use instead of eggs to make a vegan chocolate mousse? You can opt for coconut milk or cream instead of eggs if you do not want that coconut taste. You can also go for avocado. For how long can I store chocolate mousse? Store it for about 4 to 5 days in the refrigerator, but make sure to always keep it in the fridge when it is not being eaten. That's really so. I've made my chocolate mousse and it is setting in the fridge, but when exactly can I eat it? It should take about 12 hours to set, so you should prepare it at night, leaving it in the fridge. Honestly, there shouldn't be any waiting time to eat this dessert, if you ask us, but the wait is ultimately worth it. National Chocolate Mousse Day activities. You can eat a chocolate mousse or multiple. Oh man, this one's a difficult one for us at National today. Whether to eat one serving of chocolate mousse or several, maybe the latter. In any case, the best way to celebrate the occasion is by indulging in the treat. Make a chocolate mousse. The recipe is very simple and with very simple ingredients. It's the process pace you have to watch out for. But once you get the hang of it, it'll be easy peasy lemon squeezy. Try different toppings. The great thing about chocolate mousse is how versatile it is. It goes well with most toppings, be it fruits, sprinkles, or chocolate shavings. They're all just so good. The 5 facts about chocolate that will blow your mind. Chocolate for the gods. Mayans named chocolate food for the gods, and it was served as a drink alongside human sacrificial blood. A long time for chocolate bar prep. It takes anywhere between approximately 2 to 4 days for a single chocolate bar to be made. Lots of beans for 1 pound of chocolate. 400 chocolate beans are needed to make just 1 pound of chocolate. Chocolates are kind of vegetables. Chocolate beans grow in pod-like structures, quite similar to cotton, so chocolate is kind of a vegetable, albeit by a stretch. Growing a chocolate tree is hard. It can take up to a whole year for a chocolate tree to grow, and even then, it could only produce 10 small chocolate bars. Why we love National Chocolate Mousse Day. It's a celebration of cultural history and inspiration. The French absolutely loved their chocolate, so it was only natural that they added it into an originally savory dish. It's interesting to see how creative the human mind can be when we put our love and dedication into something. It's a celebration of connectivity. Even though humans are divided by many things today, there are still several things that unite us as one by connecting us on levels that we might never imagine. Chocolate mousse, amongst other global food items, is loved in many countries across the world, even by those who have never visited France in their life. And finally, it's a celebration of flavors and inventions. There's a ton of experiments you can do with chocolate mousse. Now, bear in mind, we are not necessarily telling you to mix the savory into the sweet, but maybe give it a try and see where it goes. Obviously, you should only try things slash flavors that go well together. At the end of the day, the true celebration is in the versatility versatility of the dish. And there's basically the National Chocolate Mousse Day dates there. They'll be on a Thursday, 2026 will be on a Friday, Saturday, 2027, and it's Monday, April 2028. That is going to be basically for National Chocolate Mousse Day. Now we go on to the final part of it, which is our daily, which is the motivation of the day by the one and only Ralph Marston. This is Add Beauty. Beauty is more than just something nice to look at. Beauty uplifts life in multiple dimensions. Experiencing beauty connects you with higher possibilities and aspirations. Creating, maintaining, and expanding something beautiful will challenge you to put your best abilities into action. Beauty serves as a physical manifestation of time well spent in meaningful and intentional focus. Beauty expresses love for life in ways that cannot be rendered by any other activity. Beauty can seem to be optional and even for lovish. But life without any potential for beauty would be a dreary, dismal existence that would quickly drain your energy. Fortunately, you can find and produce true beauty in all sorts of different times and settings and modes. Beauty requires commitment in order to experience, to appreciate, to bring into existence, yet it is always within reach. Never pass up the opportunity to add beauty to your life, experience your life. It's always worth your time and effort. And that is basically from Ralph Marston himself. So that is going to be basically it for this one. And if you want to submit a photo and a description of your pet, you can send us to David 3000 Network, which is co-op to DMS 3000 News. So please drop us a line, or you can just message me personally. If you have a pet and you can give us a description of that, we are more than happy to do so. And same thing with our articles, though, since we're in Easter week in this one. Feel free to send us that as well, and we'll get to mention it on DMS 3000 News. And mention it this coming up in about 40 minutes or so. It will be Chillin' 3000 Hangouts. They'll have the match game live, though. And feel free to check them out as well. So tomorrow is going to be the following, which is going to be the Dugout Crew podcast before the show. And we'll be bringing it to you on here for this. For right now, I will see you guys tomorrow for more of DMS 3000 news. And please like this, leave a comment. And if you're brand new to the David 3000 Network, make sure to subscribe. And also don't forget to tap that notification bell under the David 3000 Network on your YouTube apps. You'll never miss an upload or a live stream. And with that, as I said, I will see you tomorrow for DMS 3000 News. You have a great afternoon or evening wherever you may be. So with that, bye-bye, everybody.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Gary Thousand Network for more great content like this one.